So today I will be using a whetstone to sharpen my knives. This whetstone is 400 grit and 1000 grit. This is the whetstone I've been using for the last 3 months, and it is amazing. So I highly recommend it for everyone. Whetstone cutlery. The knives I'll be sharpening, just regular knives. This one, this one, this one, this little one, and this big guy. Again, notice that none of them have perforated edges. None of them has the little ridges here. So these are the knives that you want to sharpen. So we start with a 400 grit. Place it on the cutting board. Put the little napkin underneath so it doesn't move. And why don't we go with wet the knife a little bit, just a little bit. Keep in mind that the whetstone is already wet. I've kept it in water for the last 10 or so minutes. So make sure that it's completely wet. After you put it in water, it usually, when it's dry, you put it in water, usually all kinds of bubbles start forming. So just make sure that bubbles are gone. Leave it in the water for 10 minutes. All right. The way to sharpen the knife is always hold it. Can't be flat. It has to be a little bit on the side, right? Because you kind of have an edge going here and an edge going here. Never sharpen against the blade. Always sharpen after the blade or with the blade. This motion. So the simplest thing to do is with a like a fairly small knife like this, I can just start from here and sort of go down to this edge. So start from this edge and then go down to this edge, right? Sort of like that. With the small knife like this, I can pretty much start from here because you can see it's a little circular, so I can't fit it all in. So start from here and then just kind of ends like this. So the longer the stroke, the less strokes you have to make. With a larger knife like this, with this actually small knife like this, you could still do the entire knife like that. With a large knife like this, I don't prefer to do this. I prefer to just sort of divide it on sections. So I do this section first and that section first, and then the last section later. All right, so let's start with this one. So all I want to do is start with 400 grit and maybe do 25 strokes. 25 strokes on this side, 25 strokes on that side. The elevation here, sort of the angle, is just put a finger. Just put a finger on top of it. That should be enough. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 25 on one side, 25 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 25. Okay, 25 on each side. I can feel that the blade is already sharp. So the only thing I need to do now is go to the 1000 grit, and all it's going to do is just going to smoothen it out. So the same thing, just do 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 25 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it, 25 and 25. I can already feel it that this blade is ultra sharp. That's it, just give a little wash, done. All right, just keep wetting your stone. Let's move on to the next blade. So this one is fairly small, so almost the entire thing will fit. Same thing, 25. Not applying a lot of pressure, simply just holding it down to make sure it's contacting. On the other side. Okay, moving up to 1000 grit. Same thing on the other side. 25. All right, and we're done. And again, I feel it. It is extremely sharp. You can't tell, but you can see the steel is bending in perfectly, and I wouldn't want to move my finger on this. Okay, moving on to the large knife. How do you do this large knife? Exactly the same way. We start with 400. Like I said, I section it out, so I just do this section first, middle section next, and final section later. Okay, same thing, 25. 25. 25, middle section. 25. 25. Finally, this section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you stroke, always make sure you use your stroke is the biggest, to make sure that you use as much stone surface as possible, so you don't need to do a lot of strokes. Okay? Okay, this section, this side. 25. Just move it along. Ooh, this is very, very sharp. Now, I think with 1000 grit, just to fine it out, I don't need to section it out. I'll just kind of try to do 25 for the entire knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25. That's not this side. Okay. Flatten it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25. That's it. This knife is now extremely sharp. Perfect. Small knife like this is very easy. So the whole thing fits. So you just kind of go like that. 25. Now this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 25. Okay. Switch to 1000 grit. Same thing. 25. All right, 20. Super sharp. Lastly, I have this knife. There's a little bit of rust everywhere. That's okay. That rust can be taken off. Let's make it happen. 400. So this one is small enough. I can just go like that. All right. Again, full stroke. Try to utilize as much of the whetstone as possible, starting from here, going all the way down. Right. All the way down like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 25. This one. 25. Okay, switch to 1000 grit to detail it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 5. Okay. 25. Done. Yeah, super sharp. That's it. All my knives are done. Just take this, put it into a paper towel so it dries out, and that's it. Put it away. You're done. Enjoy your knives.